Mr. DJ Rozier, Verkeezy, and C's. Welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. For sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap your seatbelt, go and sell our land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell our land. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.
No More Black Tears Radio. No More Black Tears podcast, man. Turning up on another Tuesday, man. What's going on, fellas? How y'all boys doing, man, on this rainy day, this rainy week?
Nice way to rain in spooky season. Tomorrow, man. Tomorrow or what? I don't even know what day it is. Maybe tomorrow, Tuesday, whatever. But I know people acting getting wild. It's about to be a full moon out and all this crazy stuff going on.
Shoot, man. It all happened in a week, man. So what's going on?
So this week in sports. So let's start off with two people from the NBA, a coach and a player. So Chancey Billups, NBA champion, Finals MVP, the current head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and Terry Rozier, a longtime vet in the NBA, currently on the Miami Heat roster. Both have been caught up on federal gambling charges. Rozier, they basically are accusing him of, fixing his over and unders. And then with Chancey Billups, apparently, kind of like the Gilbert Arena situation, he was hosting poker games. But unfortunately, they're saying not only was he taking a rake, money from the poker games, he was also rigging the poker games. Maybe he wasn't rigging them himself, but he knew that the games was rigged with fancy technology, so the people he invited could not win. C's, what's your thoughts on both these people getting caught up?
Man, I'm blame the secret agent, Agent Zero. Gilbert Arenas was in that bitch snitching on everybody. Honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised. A lot of people making jokes about it and saying conspiracies. He might have been on that stand. He said he wasn't going to jail. It always looks bad, especially players. It looks bad, but I think it's worse when it's a coach. Not saying he had anything to do with on-court shit, like, actually rigging the game, but, like, if you're going to do it, man, you got to make sure you don't get caught. I think now it's harder to do it than it was back when it was big. Like, Pete Rose and way before that, back in the day when people actually used to throw games and stuff. I can't say I'm not an expert on it, but I'm just like the way we would throw a game. I mean, it looks bad. It's the thing. I'm not saying he was a great player. He wasn't that bad, but he wasn't that good. So I could see why you would be in a position to be able to, throw a game. So, it is what it is. But also, this just goes to show you the mob never went anywhere. They just went into other avenues. Apparently, they still got, hands in the gambling world. So, it's sad to say. Hopefully, nobody goes to jail over this because it's a bigger conspiracy.
I thought Vegas was run by the mob, and it was started by the mob, all the casinos and stuff. So it's like, yeah, they ain't went over there. They just got richer. But the thing about it is they said the mob's involved, but they ain't show none of their faces or say none of their names.
They not.
You know what I'm saying? So we want to know them names too. Now TikTok reporters and all that kind of stuff been naming names like, oh, this person been involved, this person, they're just saying this family or this family, you know what I'm saying? But no, we put their face on the rest of them too. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just putting all these black men up there. But Rozier, man, it's just dumb like how people do, you know what I'm saying? It's just because the money that was made, a couple tens of thousands of dollars, is peanuts compared to what his contract or what he makes in the NBA. So it's like, he wasn't doing it for himself. He was doing it for his friends and families, and it's just dumb. Like, just give the people the money, man. If they need some money, just give them some money. You know what I'm saying? And with Billups, him being the face of the illegal poker games, and then he getting took down with it, man, that's just like they need to take his accolades from him, man. He probably rigged the finals when the Pistons played the Lakers. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, man.
So
Come on, man.
they got to take his ring
Man,
back
we doing it
and
like that.
give Kobe 6 rings. You know what I'm saying?
Giving away legacies.
Yeah, give Kobe 6 rings now, man. Billups, you cheated in the series too, man. So I was wondering how you were so good and you came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you cheated. Yeah, you went to Colorado too. Yeah, you was getting high and everything, probably. Yeah, give Kobe 6 rings.
Yeah, this shit is crazy, man. Like, to your point about the mafia, you know, one of the most famous mafia people was John Gotti, and what people don't understand is he was actually a bad, you know, mafia don because he had a whole nickname called Teflon Don. Most mafia people, they're not supposed to be famous during their heyday. They're supposed to be under the sheets, so we're not going to hear nothing about the mafia people because they're going to just stay in the shadows. And if they do their time, they do their time. As far as Rozier goes, you've been in the league for a long time. You're in this new NBA. You should have made enough money where you shouldn't be doing this. To your point, Rose, it's just sad because most likely he's doing this for his family members and friends, people who he know that's betting on him, and just give them the money and just tell them I can't be involved in this shit instead of, like, you know, trying to fix your stat line. But then as far as Billups go, yeah, this is kind of sad just because, you know, he's always been looked at as a respectable member of the NBA league. Somebody that's doing, like, almost like Grant Hill to an extent. Like, he's kind of had that kind of face, like, yo, this is someone who does things the right way, is going to carry himself the right way. So the fact that he's part of this, that's kind of messed up. Especially, I don't even care about him taking a rake. Like, I know that's illegal, but me, from a moral standpoint, I don't have no issue with that. What I care about is if those games really was fixed, that's what's wrong. Because I like playing poker. So if I'm going to a game, I want to know if they're on the up and up. So that's just some, you know, low-level shit right there, man. But I will say this. There's more NBA players and coaches that's going to be involved in different stuff, not necessarily this, but different stuff because, you know, with Prize Picks, FanDuel, DraftKings, and all these betting apps, this stuff is going to affect the NBA more than the other sports because I'm just going to be honest, it's hard to kind of only get 20 yards instead of 25 in the NFL. It's hard to, you know, get one hit instead of two or some shit like that in Major League Baseball. But in the NBA, it's easy to be like, I'm supposed to get 5 rebounds. Let me just get 4. Like, that is easier to kind of control. And we've been seeing it for the last year and a half with Michael Porter Jr. brother. I forgot the player from Detroit. They just found out that I guess he wasn't doing what they thought he was doing. You know, so this is going to happen more and more.
Is that Beasley?
Yeah, Malik Beasley. Yeah. Moving on to NBA. What in this last week and a half since the first opening game caught your eye on Rose and C's from the NBA?
The first thing, just the number of points people are scoring. I think that's the thing that's caught my eye the most. It's just different players scoring over 40 points and 50 points and things like that. It's just the amount of points being scored so far earlier in this season. I think that's the most thing that caught my eye. You know what I'm saying? What about you, C's?
Early representation of possibly a second MVP. I think this is going to be another breakout year for Vic, man. Like, if he stays healthy, more than likely he will. I think they're going to do a little bit more load management this year. I think it's going to be another breakout year for him, so don't count the Spurs out that early. A lot of people were saying, hey, like, Vic's not, he's not the saving grace, the next best thing. I think he is. And then looking at the Bulls I know we're only 3-4 games in, but the Bulls already leading. I'm thinking somebody else. I'm thinking Milwaukee, somebody else, not the Bulls, but it's too early in the season to really predict. And then the Rockets are not doing as well as they should. That's a travesty. Not really a travesty, but, thought it'd be different. Let's see how the season goes for them, man.
Yeah, man. I'm only going to focus on Wemby because you touched on him. like him dropping 40 points and 30 points like this, getting 15, 20 rebounds. He already has 15 blocks in 3 games. That's like 5 blocks, per game so far. Last season, he was going to run away with the Defense Player of the Year. Man, my brother TTK texted me after a video of him getting 3 blocks on 1 possession, getting the rebound, and then going down court and bursting a 3. And he said, "Can you say league MVP?" I said, "Fuck that. We saying league MVP, all defensive team, all NBA, defensive player of the year." And I said, if they keep fucking with the nigga, it's probably gonna be a Finals MVP to go along with all that shit. Because I'm not gonna lie, like the Spurs is looking real good, Wemby's looking amazing, and 2 words, De'Aaron Fox. He hasn't even played yet, and he's a top 5 point guard in the league. If he can come back and this, with this team, this is someone who can play defense and score the ball. And one more thing, they got all these guards with Dylan Harper and Van Vessel, and all these other guys. They could possibly trade for someone like, let's say if the Bucks don't get it together, they might have ammunition to get someone like Giannis. And if you get someone like Giannis and Vic, man, when teams play the Spurs, they only gonna be able to score 50 points against them niggas. That shit's gonna be ugly, man. Moving on to the NFL, someone who played in the league for a long time, 10-year career, Nick Mangold, 2-time first-team All-Pro, a 2nd-team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler. He's in the New York Jets Ring of Honor, and he got a national championship in college. Played 164 games, started 164 games, which should let you know how good he was. That means he started day 1 and he left the league starting. This was tears and no tears. I have huge tears only because I watched the offensive line play, and Nick Mangold was one of the premier guards in the league for a decade. Like, he was one of the best guards year in and year out. You knew would be good. He was part of that Jets regime with Rex Ryan, with Mark Sanchez, which he got some shit going on, with Thomas Jones and the running backs they had when they made the playoffs, and the Jets just, was doing their thing in that division, and it's sad that, he passed away. I think they said, what was it? Was it kidney failure? It was like kidney disease. He passed away from kidney disease. And that just, shows that you got to take care of yourself and you got to go to the doctor and get checkups, because this is somebody who's made millions of dollars. And, that's just sad to see.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. I can't say I really knew his, his game or know him from NFL, but I mean, looking at his stats, anytime somebody passes away, they do a highlight reel and they show what they did. I mean, dudes really did some things, and it's like, especially to be, not a main player like a cornerback or receiver or quarterback. So to come, to represent that, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, I remember him when he played. He was one of them great offensive linemen. So you knew him. He was a nasty guy on that field. Not nasty in a bad way, but nasty in a good way. You know what I'm saying? He did his job. Lots of pancakes and things like that.
Yeah, great run blocker.
So other than that, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? People die every day. His family be all right.
So moving on to, like I said, he was a national champion. So we got a lot of teams that's vying to be national champions this year. Last week in college football, man, the 2 games I kind of want to highlight. Man, Texas A&M beat LSU. They was ranked number 3. I want to say they stayed at number 3. I don't think they moved up to number 2, y'all, because Indiana was number 2 and they beat the hell out of UCLA. Man, Texas A&M, man, they've never been this good, to be honest. And it's kind of crazy because when I looked at the box score, the quarterback had like over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. The running back had over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. It seemed like they got a balanced offense. We was watching that game together. I want to say it was on after the verses, if I remember correctly, y'all. And there was like this kick returner who just kept flying at the field. There was a pick 6 in the game. They really was putting it to LSU, and LSU was a team people really had high hopes for. Their playoff hopes is over with, but Texas A&M, man, they're going to probably be in the SEC championship game. And the only question is, who are they going to face? Because there's like 4 other one-loss SEC teams that's vying for that spot. And then I'm gonna talk about the South Carolina Bama game. I did not get to watch it. I know Rozier said he saw clips of it. When I looked at Sellers' final stats, he threw for 222 yards, a touchdown.
I watched it.
67 yards and one touchdown. Yeah, I know you watched it because I asked you about like how did he look, and you was telling me it was touch and go for him, and you brought up how they had the ball with the game tied and he didn't do nothing with it. So that's disappointing. But when I look at the box score and I saw some of the highlights, this is the kind of performance that he needed last week to kind of bring his name back up in terms of getting drafted in the first round, because you could see the talent was there against a team like Alabama, and that's all. The rest of the season, that's all he needed to do: put out good film against good opponents.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go with Ole Miss, Oklahoma. That was a pretty good game. I watched that game. Ole Miss pulled it out. Oklahoma was trying to come back, but they couldn't. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta go shout out the King again. You know what I'm saying? Georgia Tech. They won again. It's the first time since 1966 that they've been 8-0. And it's coming down. You know what I'm saying? They're leading the ACC, so I'm happy for them boys, and I'm hoping they could continue to finish and they can make the playoffs and make some noise in the playoffs along with Georgia too. You know what I'm saying? Some of the other games I watched the South Carolina and Alabama game. South Carolina should have won that game, but they didn't. It was disappointing, but he looks good, but then at times he doesn't look good. And like he should be able to take over the game. Like he had like 200 passing yards, 60 something rushing yards to touchdown, running and passing, but he had a pick. I was waiting for him to take another steps, but like I'm hoping they'll win another game, but I don't think they're gonna win another game. And shout out to LSU for firing their coach because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. Shout out to LSU, you know what I'm saying, for taking the step and firing him. But these people paying these people all this money. Like he signed a 10-year deal. Like why would you sign him to a 10-year deal? Like has he won a championship? No. So what makes him worthy of a 10-year deal? And now you got to pay them $50 million to sit on the sideline. I mean, not on the sideline, to sit on the couch. It's crazy.
$50 million is worth it. His ass should have been. He should have been gone a long time ago. Like you said, that is a dumb deal to even give it to him. That was a horrific, like just to watch as a fan, LSU fan. That was horrific to watch. It's like every time you looked up, the ball was going back the other way. Pick six. They were doing their thing. Texas A&M looked scary. Like you said, SEC is just very competitive, man. The Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambliss definitely doing his thing. What was it? Some rumors about the coach from Ole Miss getting offers from other schools or something?
Florida and LSU.
You know damn well he's not going anywhere. Like we know, like come on, he's built this team up. He's not going anywhere.
I would. Ole Miss ain't going nowhere.
Finish the season first, then take the offer because you can win.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna do it during the season, but
you know what I'm saying he got the chance to possibly win the national championship.
I'd rather that guy from Notre Dame take that LSU job
for sure
because he can get some players down there.
Yeah, if he can get an SEC team, bro,
yeah,
he could definitely make some things happen.
There's definitely gonna be some spots open, but then another one is Indiana put the smack down on UCLA. I thought UCLA would show up a little bit better than this, but it proves why they're number 2. Indiana was undisputable.
Do they have to play Ohio State this year before the championship, or they're in the Big 12, Ohio State in the Big 10?
That's a good question, man. Because I want to say they're both in the Big 10, right?
I'm thinking they are, but Indiana might be in the Big 12 though.
Michigan is like the second ranked. I want to say you might. Yeah, I think they're in separate conferences, man.
The rest of their schedule goes Maryland, Penn State, Wisconsin, and Purdue. So, like,
that sounds like a Big Ten schedule.
No, they in the Big Ten.
Okay.
Because remember, the Big Ten was like the SEC. It expanded its conference. And remember, like last year, that was the reason why people were so down on Indiana.
So
they kind of got that favorable schedule where they didn't have to face, I think, Ohio State and Penn State.
But if they go to the championship, because they still have a championship.
No, they go to the championship, they're going to have to face Ohio State. But if they get to the championship undefeated, it'll be like the SEC. Both teams are going to make it.
Yeah, it's 12
It's just going to be about seeding.
But yeah, I don't care if they both make it. I just want to see the game.
You think Indiana got a chance to beat Ohio State?
I don't know. That's what I said. I want to see the
game. That'll be one of the best games this season.
Now that definitely, I think the two championship games that probably the best would be the Big Ten and probably the SEC. Those would be the two best games, to be honest, man. Moving on to this week, I'm gonna start off with Ole Miss and South Carolina. You was talking about Ole Miss just a second ago. Seeds. I'm sellers. Same thing as last week. You got Alabama. You had Alabama. You got Ole Miss. Ole Miss has only got one loss. South Carolina, y'all done for the season. It's just about you looking good and trying to continue to raise your stock. Because, like I said, you have another performance like you did against Alabama or even better, you'll probably be the first player taken in the draft. So it's very important that you actually look good. But as far as Ole Miss, this is a game Alabama almost lost to these boys now. Let's keep that in mind. So Ole Miss, don't fall into the trap Alabama fell into, because the SEC is tightly contested, y'all. Going down these last 4 games, you cannot afford to slip up and lose games that you need to win, because I don't know how the SEC championship is going to be determined, but it's going to come down to probably like a whole bunch of tiebreakers, and so try to do your best to win this game. Another SEC matchup, Oklahoma versus Tennessee. They both got 2 losses. They're ranked 18 and 14, so they're right at that verge of making the playoffs. Whoever loses this game, we're to the point of the season now that I ain't gonna lie. If you're a college football fan, which all of us are, especially Rozier, I think you're gonna love these last couple weeks, because this is an elimination game right here, basically. Whoever loses this game is not making that tournament, and whoever wins this game will put themselves one step to making it, because I find it hard to believe a two loss SEC team, if they have the record in terms of the opponents, won't make this tournament. And this is another game where it's like, if Tennessee wins, they're going to look back and be like, you beat Oklahoma, and vice versa. If Oklahoma wins, they're going to look back and beat Tennessee. I have to look at the rest of their schedules to see who they beat to get to this point. But yeah, this is a game that's going to have high stakes for both of these teams in terms of the next couple coming weeks.
Georgia, Florida, that's always a good game. I see Georgia stomping a mud hole down there in Florida in Jacksonville. Ohio State, Penn State, but it's lackluster. They don't have their coach. They 3-4. Talking about Penn State, so already go show up and showing your heart. We'll see. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Is Texas going to lose again? That's the key. And if they do lose, is Manning go stink up the place, or is he go play okay? You know what I'm saying? They playing Vanderbilt. You know what I'm saying? Another SEC team. They come on at 12 o'clock. SEC on ABC this weekend again. So they we go see what they working with. You know what I'm saying? Those are the games I'm interested in looking at or paying attention to.
Speaking of Vanderbilt, are they like number 4?
They're number 9.
Number 9. No, I mean on the SEC table, aren't they?
Man,
like 4th slot, 4th, 5th slot.
I don't know, because they all got one loss. Georgia, Vanderbilt, you know what I'm saying? Ole Miss,
and then you got Texas A&M with no losses.
So it's like,
then I think Georgia's 3.
Alabama got one loss. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I'm looking at this schedule for these last couple of teams. Georgia has the best schedule coming up in terms of if they beat their opponents, that's going to be good for them, because they got Texas left. They got Georgia Tech, who's ranked number 8 right now, so that's good for them. And I'm looking at Vanderbilt. They only have one ranked opponent right now, and that's Tennessee, and we'll see how they look this coming weekend.
So I mean, that's going to be definitely a game changer, depending on the table. I'm looking at Virginia, man, number 2 in the ACC. They literally got Cal. Why the fuck is this former Big Ten, Pac-10, Pac-12 team playing? It should have never happened. This shit, I don't like it. But they literally got
Cal is in the ACC now.
Yeah,
man, that's crazy.
Cal's in the ACC. They got literally 4 easy games. They got a straight. They literally should make it to the championship. You know who they got to face? in the ACC, man. And then my last one is another one who used to formerly Big East, now is in the Big Ten. We got the number 2 Indiana versus Maryland. Maryland is 4-3. The quarterback Washington is actually playing decently. But Mendoza and the whole Indiana team is just, the odds are in their favor. They're number 2. If anybody's gonna upset them the rest of the fucking season, this will probably be the time for them to fucking do it. Besides Ohio State, and I don't even think they play.
Yeah, man. Moving on to the NFL. Yeah, there wasn't really a lot of marquee games on the schedule last weekend, but there was a couple games that we learned something from. We learned the Colts is for real. Like it was funny a couple weeks ago, but the Colts is going to win that division probably. They're probably going to make the playoffs. The only question is, do you believe that they can get to the Super Bowl? Because right now, I think they're the best record in the AFC right now. So that means if they get the number 1 seed, if they finish at number 1 seed, that means they'll be the only team with a bye. Can they win the divisional round, get to the championship game? What kind of home field advantages it is in Indianapolis. I'm pretty sure that crowd's gonna be crazy, especially the weather when the time comes. They like to run the ball. They got a good defense. Daniel Jones is playing well. He's a mobile quarterback. So yeah, man, it's time to respect the Colts. They got the Titans this week, man. I think the Colts is probably gonna go through them boys. The only thing I'm looking at for this game is
they already played the Titans.
My bad. They played the Titans last week. And they kind of just handled them very easily. This week coming up, they got the Steelers. But talking about the Steelers played the Packers this past weekend, and I fell asleep on the second half of the game. But when I woke up and I saw how easily the Packers handed them, I was fairly shocked, man. I don't know what's going on with that Pittsburgh defense this year. They just had a top 3 defense last year, I want to say, but that defense has been very bad this year. And Aaron Rodgers hasn't been terrible. He's been solid for the most part. Like, they're not losing because of him. They're not winning because of him, but they're not losing because of him.
It's the defense.
The defense is playing real bad. So, we need to see what's going on with TJ Watt. TJ, you gotta motivate your boys, man. But the Packers, man, this was a complete game. That defense looked good. That offense looked good. The Packers, I think, is the number 1 team in the NFC right now, virtue of that tiebreaker they got, which I hate that fucking tiebreaker, that tie they got. But they're the number 1 team in the NFC right now. So we'll see, what's in store for the Packers. But I feel very confident that the Packers will make some noise in the playoffs, and we'll see how they do these next couple weeks.
Yeah, so the games that I guess the Eagles Giants, you know what I'm saying? Vertizi's favorite player got hurt. He out for the season. Discolated. His ankle got discolated. I can't even say.
Talking about Scatterboo.
Yeah, Scatterboo. Yeah, he out for the season. And
that sucks for whoever had him in fantasy.
Yeah, Juice Man had him in one league.
Man, he was carrying that nigga team at one point in time.
And the Broncos, they played the Cowboys, but the Cowboys don't really have no defense. So it's like they beat up on the Cowboys, but are y'all for real?
Was that a good game as you thought it was going to be?
It was in the first half.
For Sertan to lead that game early and the defense still hold their own against that.
He didn't. He left, but he came right back.
Oh, he did come back? Okay, they made it seem like he didn't come back.
He came right back.
Okay, then. So it wasn't a serious injury? Because I read something they said he was going to be out for a couple weeks.
Oh, he probably might be, but he came right back.
Okay, then.
Yeah, he played. Yeah. So, but he probably didn't play he didn't play too well, but he did come back.
He did come back,
but then he left again. So
well, hopefully he can come back this season because he's their best player on defense.
Yeah. So, and the Chiefs, it's like they look good, and it's scary because it's like
niggas try to bury them too early.
Like they lost 3 games, but it's like they still look like the team to beat.
What did Deion say? Better get them now. Like, hey, niggas should have got the Chiefs early in the season.
Yeah, they did get them. They lost 3 of them.
They did, but hey, man, they should have got them before Rasheed Rice came back. Yeah. You saw how he looked Monday night.
And it's like Travis Kelce, like he had 99 yards yesterday and a touchdown, but it's like, boy, he looked like doo doo.
Yeah, he look old, man.
He looked old. You know what I'm saying? Father Time is undefeated, but he still came back and
shout out to
made
him.
some plays.
He tied the record for touchdowns for their franchise.
Yeah, so if y'all play Prize Pick this week, you better pick him because Pat said he gonna give him the ball so he can break that record.
Oh yeah.
So you might want to pick him if they probably ain't gonna put him down for a touchdown.
Probably too.
Yeah. So but you better pick him because he gonna be looking for him. But that was it. You know what I'm saying? As far as games from last week, and like I said last week, you know what I'm saying? After Falcons, man, they played the sorriest team in the league, concussion tour, and falconed it up.
Didn't he have a messed up eye?
And he had one eye.
His eye was off.
And they falconed it up. How you falcon it up against
Birds.
Go ahead.
Chicago, Baltimore, no Lamar. Hunt. I don't know. I thought the Bears would do a little bit better than they did this game, but it's no surprise. They're still not where they need to be at.
Just when you started believing in Chicago.
You can't do that.
But you know what I'm saying?
Just give your faith to Green Bay.
Who wants to tackle Derrick Henry though?
They
finally gave him the ball.
When he running like he was this past weekend, man, he's still one of the premier backs in the league.
Yeah, they finally gave him the ball. So it's like, of course they go to. Ain't nobody want to tackle that guy, and it's getting colder and colder, man.
And man, I told y'all, man, Baltimore can run off like 8 straight, man. Lamar come back this week.
Yeah, they play Miami, so in Miami. That's where he's from. He ain't from Miami, but he's from South Florida, so yeah, he's from that area. So
he'll be looking to show out, man. His boy Kodiak Black might be in attendance.
Yeah, so if he's there, they probably gonna lose then Thursday night.
You had any more games from this past weekend, C's?
Nah, that was it.
Hey, this weekend coming up, you was talking about the Chiefs, man. We all this should be unanimous. Chiefs Bills. The Chiefs Bills have gave us some of the best games the last 5 years, man. Playoffs or regular season, man.
Bills gonna fuck it up, man. They gonna fuck it up. Come on.
I don't know, man. The regular season, the Bills have the Chiefs number. The Bills, do what they do in the regular season. They beat up on the Chiefs, man. But these games usually come down to the wire. It's usually great quarterback play. You usually get a defensive play here and there, man. Like, I'm gonna ask both of y'all a question because we all should have this as one of the games to watch. Outside of the quarterbacks, who's gonna make the play to win this game in y'all opinion? Chiefs, Bills.
If it's not James Cook, it's gonna be Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Hey man, I think it's
honestly probably Travis Kelce.
I think it's gonna be that boy Rashee Rice. I think he's gonna be the difference maker, man. Because ever since he's came back, that offense is just humming a little bit better, man. He's helping to move the chains. And then the second game, man, I talked about both teams from last week. Colts Steelers, man. Like the Steelers need to win this game because they're 4-3. Lamar's coming back. Do you want to go 4-4? And I think the Ravens are 2-5.
Mm-hmm.
So now you 3-5, 4-4. That's one game now. Mm-hmm. That's one game. Don't get hawked down now. Don't get hawked down by the best quarterback in the league, But hey, the Colts is coming to town, man. Jonathan Taylor's coming to town. He's carrying Rozier's fantasy team. Daniel Jones is coming to town. He's looking like an MVP candidate. So that's going to be a game right there. Aaron Rodgers, we need you to show up. DK Metcalf, you got traded. We need you to show up. And goddamn TJ Watt, you need to look at that Colts offense. Lock them up. Lock them up.
Yeah, man. I got one game. The 28-3s going against each other. And so what y'all gonna do? You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know who I'm talking about, look it up. Look it up.
So the Falcons play the Patriots this week?
Yes.
Oh, we ain't got a chance, man.
Yes.
Drake may looking like an MVP candidate.
They're 6-2. Surprise.
And that's what me saying when he got drafted. Drake May, I can't clown that nigga no more.
Mm-hmm. And
Stephon Diggs been balling ever since Cardi said, "Hey man, that's my man."
Yeah, and I guess yeah, that's it. That's all I got. See, what you got?
Minnesota, Detroit, man. Jay back, Justin Jefferson back.
Yeah, he playing.
He back.
But I think JJ might be back.
Yeah,
Detroit.
Jordan Addison is back too.
I think Detroit got that one. That's what I'm looking at. If
Who's
it was
playing quarterback for them? Because Carson Wentz out for the rest of the season.
I think JJ's back.
JJ McCarthy's back.
I think so.
Oh shit, bro. They're fucked.
Denver.
You got like Carson Wentz was gonna do a better job than he was.
Hey man, he was at least getting them the niggas the ball now. My nigga Jefferson has started going off. JJ, this nigga can't throw the ball 10 yards out of the field.
If this was earlier in the season, I would have said it would have been a decent game. But Denver, Houston, the Texans are fucked over. Denver's going to continue on the streak. I think they're going to be one to look out for. That's another sleeper team that I pay attention to. A lot of people said, even y'all said Denver's one to look out for. They're playing some good football, man. That's pretty much it, man.
Final thoughts, y'all?
As we're watching this game right now, they took it back to LA and said not so fast. It's going to be interesting to see, man. And then I want to say Arsenal back at the top of the tables, man. And there was a couple other ones I had, man, but I forgot. So it is what it is.
Yeah, Prince is at the game. You know what I'm saying? Not the artist, but the Prince. You know what I'm saying? Harry. You know what I'm saying? The Duchess and the Duchess. And the Duke and the Duchess. You know what I'm saying? They at the game. Man, shout out to Otani. You know what I'm saying? He showed out yesterday. And then yesterday, like, they played 18. And they played 2 games yesterday. And they playing another game today. But I got to give a shout out to Major League Baseball. You know what I'm saying? They had a game on a Monday. It was Monday Night Football. Okay. It's not a Sunday, but it's Monday. Okay. And then what they did, have a game on a Tuesday. One of these leagues need to take notice. And also the NBA, when they started off, they had a game on a Tuesday. Then they had games on Wednesday, Thursday. You know what I'm saying? WNBA. Take notes.
Facts.
You don't have a game on Sunday during NFL football season.
Sound like that song, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Leave the NFL alone now.
And then it's the WNBA finals. Y'all have the game on a Sunday.
Leave them alone.
Pretty easy.
Hey man, I just want to. We was talking about the NBA earlier. I want to highlight a player. I was on Prime and I saw that they dropped the docuseries for Allen Iverson. He was one of my favorite players growing up, and I feel like this is an important docuseries because, not just how great he was as a player. A lot of times greatness is measured by the tools a man used to get to the top of the mountain. We're talking about somebody that grew up in a single-parent household with a 15-year-old mother, y'all. Without his father, he grew up in the hood. Rozier talks all the time about we're not going to really see too many stories like this no more. This is someone, if you saw the 30 for 30, he got arrested. He got sentenced to like 15 years, but he deferred it or whatever, and it eventually got overturned. And this was all at the age of 17. It was a lot of stuff that happened in Allen Iverson's life at a young age, and to the point where Reebok had put in his contract that if he made it to the age of 50, they would give him more money because people just did not know, was he the type of person to be living this long? Allen Iverson. The reason why so many black people love him, it wasn't just because of his game, man. What he brought to the culture, tattoos, the headbands, the swag. He was probably the first NBA player to bring hip hop to the NBA, man. So, this is gonna be a great docuseries. If you don't know Allen Iverson's story, please watch it. It's on Prime. Shout out to the Mangold.
Gotta. Mr. DJ Rozier, Verteezy, and C's, welcome you to the No More Black Tears podcast.
Black tears that's heaven sent. Barack the first black president. I love my black skin. I love walking in black excellence. Black power, let's represent. All black, that's evident. I'm sure MLK and Malcolm X both didn't die for the hell of it. Strap a seatbelt, go and settle land. What makes you think that we would sell our land? We wouldn't sell out now. What makes you think that we would go ahead and try to sell out then? No more black tears, black on black kids. Love us as is, love with passion. Paying black bills, learning black skills, making black meals. Black is backing. Big shout out to Fred Hampton. I'm black and proud like I'm James Brown, but I ain't doing no acting. My people here from the motherland. This podcast now active.